What you say, me old booties? It's about 6:30 in the morning. I slept really well last night. I don't know whether it was because I was just shattered or nice level ground, or just felt nice and safe, comfortable. In the time that I've spent living in my van, there's probably only been 3 or 4 times where I've got myself settled in for the night, and then I've just thought, this something about the place doesn't feel right. Maybe feels a bit sketchy. Maybe like I can hear a car that's pulled up next to mine, and then it drives away and it comes back. I'm sure it's just people doing whatever. But once the seed is planted in your head that you might accidentally be in a sketchy area, you just move on. But yeah, I'm sure it's all in my head. It might be. I don't know. A good friend of mine used to say, paranoia will save your life. Just because you're paranoid about something doesn't mean it's not true. Can you hear that? I wonder if the camera's picking that up. The birds are going crazy. What a lovely sound. Oh, just sitting in the front of the cab at the minute. In the mornings when I'll get up, make myself a coffee, wake up a bit, and then I don't know if you've noticed, my bed is a foam bed, and it's on a hard flat surface. There's no slats underneath for like airflow, and it gets damp. So what I do every morning is for 10 minutes I pull the mattress off of the bed base and I stand it up, and the diesel heater is just in front of it, beneath it, and I run the diesel heater for 10-15 minutes. It dries everything out. I get a kitchen wipe the side, bosh, sorted. Nice and clean and dry. I've got some anti-bac. I give it a little spray. Like in the winter and that, it's a lot worse, but it's a bit more mild where I am, so it's not that bad. It's a little sprinkling of rain today. I'll go a bit careful on the roads. In France, quite surprisingly, I've checked. I didn't realise this before I came. I've checked and double checked, so I think I've got it right. If not, I might be, returning to the UK with a heap of speeding tickets. But up to 3.5 ton vehicles, the speed limit on the motorways is 130 kilometers an hour, which is about 80 miles an hour. Yeah, but when it's wet, it's 110, which I think is, I don't know what 110 is. I'll have a look. I haven't got kilometers an hour on my speedo, but there's a little digital readout, so I'll just have a look. I'll get up to 60 kilometers, see what it is on the speedo, and then I'll stick to that. That clearing my throat thing, by the way, I get told from people that I do that a lot, and grunting. But making these videos and watching them back, I do it a lot, don't I? And I do a lot of this and a lot of this and a lot of that. Can't sit still. Anyway, I'm going to treat myself to a nice milky coffee in a minute with either some caramel or some hazelnut syrup in it. And then I'm going to get some fuel in the van. Then I'm going to shoot off. Listen to them birds. Class.
Let me see
I just pulled over to do, to do some business, because there's a little truck stop, and I was going to do a little video just showing you how clean and tidy and all the truck stop areas are and that. And when I pulled up, I thought this place looks a little bit sketchy. Oh, it's probably just my mind again. No, I was right. That's the toilet block there. I went into the men's toilets. One of the cubicles, the actual toilet is smashed to pieces. And in the other one, there's blood. A lot of blood. All over the place. Plan B. Right, let's have it. Fishing spot. I drove around this lovely, all these curvy roads and that, coming through all these forests, and I decided to pull over and have a look at this beautiful little river spot here. Oh yes, boy. I wonder if, I was about to say I wonder if they have pike here, but I'm pretty sure there's a little picture of a pike. Oh, you better believe that's a pike. Oh mate, I love being outside. It is raining. You ain't got to worry about it. You aren't made of sugar, are you? I think I'm going to stop and have a little coffee. Donkeys. Right, I've come off the motorway and now I'm driving sort of like, you know, towns and villages. This is where, yeah, I really find myself really trying to concentrate. When you're on the motorway, driving on the right is really easy. You just stay on the right and remember that cars that are joining the motorway are coming from the right. When you overtake, you overtake. You just watch to see where the lorries are. If the lorries are on the right, just get behind them. If you're worried about, you know, driving on the right when you're on the motorway, that tends to go away quite quickly, or it did for me, and I'm probably more anxious and worried, and I hate to use the word anxious, but yeah, probably than most. But you just tuck behind one of the other slow moving vehicles until you get your bearings. But in the towns and the villages, that's where you've got your little mini roundabouts and your junctions. I'm using Google Maps. Whatever maps you're using, that'll obviously show you the actual route that you're supposed to be taking. So even just, you know, looking at that, it's a reminder of, because it's quite easy to just pull up to a junction, there's cars coming either way, and you've got to think, right, it's easy to think to almost end up pulling out of that junction as if you're travelling on the left. But just look at your maps and it'll show you. Yeah. And as for keeping, because obviously the steering wheel for me is on the right, cars are over there on the left coming towards me, just hug the boundary. Hug whatever the boundary is on your right hand side, the grass verge or the curb, just hug it. Just stick tight to that. Go slow, be patient with yourself, hope that others are going to be patient with you. If not, you might get beeped at and sworn at, but it'll be in French anyway. You won't understand it. Give them a little wave. Hello. that's the end of this video. About half an hour after I drove down this road, I reached the venue, unpacked my van, met the hosts, caught up with the lads, got my rods out and relaxed. Next time you see me, I'll be on the bank. Get in there.